Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Chen. I'm currently working at Kyung High School. It's my pleasure to present here. Today we are going to be talking about something important. When we teach students in a classroom, sometimes we find some students comprehend the lesson easily, but some of them are slow to comprehend. In case where students are slow to comprehend, we can use strategies for facilitating student learning. By using strategies, we can help them overcome their learning difficulties. Today, I prepared several different types of strategies, which I have used in my classroom. So today's presentation is mainly made of my real classroom. First, I'm going to introduce how to use text features for facilitating activities. We can use several different types of text features: title, headings, pictures, photos, italics, and borderliners. By using these text features, we can predict the main text, and by these text features, we can picture work and visualizing. It also enables readers to predict the main idea and possibly some of the developing ideas and supporting ideas. This gives us a head start for more focused reading. Here's an example. Now let me show how you skim by using text features. This is a title. From this title, Mysteries of the Pyramid, we can easily predict the main topic of this text is about pyramid. This is a subheading or heading. From this subheading, what are the pyramid for? We can guess this text is describing the why the pyramid are built or the purpose of pyramid. These are pictures. Seeing pictures, we can easily get what are the pyramids are like. These are vocabularies and italics. Vocabularies and italics are keywords. By these keywords will help you, will give you a clue to get the main idea. Questions will also help you to predict the main idea. Here's another sample text. With this text, we can make students shout out each text feature name. For example, Kyung, what's this? Thank you. Now, what's this? Heading. What's this? Photograph. What's this? Caption. The title is the holidays are here. Heading is the story of Hanukkah. In the photograph, we can see a boy playing a game. In the caption, we get to know playing dreidel game is a Hanukkah tradition, and the name of the game is a dreidel game. From only these 4 text features, we can guess this text is about the famous Jewish holiday, Hanukkah, and its tradition. Or, Hanukkah is a famous Jewish tradition, holiday, and playing dreidel game is its tradition. Now let's move on to our next stage. This time, I'll introduce a couple of listening strategies. My favorite strategies in listening are prediction and guessing. I'll show you how these activities are to be done. During first listening, at first you should give directions to the student. During first listening, you should make students write down keywords, and then you should get the students to read the questions about content, and then guess what the answers are. And during second listening, listen and answer the question is easier than before.
For 2.5 million years, the Earth's climate has fluctuated, cycling from ice ages to warmer periods. But in the last century, the planet's temperature has risen unusually fast, about 1.2 to 1.4 degrees Fahrenheit. Scientists believe it's human activity that's driving the temperatures up, a process known as global warming. Ever since the Industrial Revolution began, factories, power plants, and eventually cars have burned fossil fuels such as oil and coal, releasing huge amounts of carbon dioxide and other gases into the atmosphere. These greenhouse gases trap heat near the Earth through a naturally occurring process called the greenhouse effect. The greenhouse effect begins with the sun and the energy it radiates to the Earth. The Earth and the atmosphere absorb some of this energy, while the rest is radiated back into space. Naturally occurring gases in the atmosphere.
On this worksheet, we should make the student write down the keywords while watching the video clip, like this: climate or temperature. But in this stage, we can use chunk, only 1 or 2 sentences. And next stage, we should make the student read the questions in advance before second listening, like what is global warming, when is carbon dioxide from, and does greenhouse effect occur. These activities are useful for guessing. Guessing and prediction makes the student focus on their listening. And give them another opportunity to...
For 2.5 million years, the Earth's climate has fluctuated, cycling from ice ages to warmer periods. But in the last century, the planet's temperature has risen unusually fast, about 1.2 to 1.4 degrees Fahrenheit. Scientists believe it's human activity that's driving the temperatures up, a process known as global warming. Ever since the Industrial Revolution began, factories, power plants, and eventually cars have burned fossil fuels such as oil and coal, releasing huge amounts of carbon dioxide and other gases into the atmosphere. These greenhouse gases trap heat near the Earth through a naturally occurring process called the greenhouse effect. The greenhouse effect begins with the sun and the energy it radiates to the Earth. The Earth and the atmosphere absorb some of this energy, while the rest is radiated back into space. Naturally occurring gases in the atmosphere trap some of this energy and reflect it back, warming the Earth. Scientists now believe that the greenhouse effect is being intensified by the extra greenhouse gases.
After guessing and prediction, during the second listening, students are easier than before. Right, sir? I really enjoy this type of activities. You can run listening activity this way, and these activities aim to bring students' full attention to their listening. Now let's move on to our next stage. Last step. What's really interesting is each student has different learning styles or learning preferences. Therefore, teachers can help students to overcome learning difficulties by their learning styles. Considering students' learning styles is another strategy I like to use, especially in grammar lesson. Grammar can be much easier to comprehend by visual aid or visual materials. So one of my favorite strategies or teaching method is using visual materials or visual aids, especially in grammar lesson. Here's a definition of a relative clause. What is a relative clause? Relative is related, connected. Clause means a part of sentence, a group of words with a verb. Is this definition easy? Of course not. Then, how about this? We can use visual aid, arrow. Underline and color driver. This is much easier than just definition. And here's another sample text. Circle, color driver, underline, arrows. It is much easier. And here's another sample for who and which. This is much easier. So now you've seen some strategy to help students just comprehend the lesson easily or better. I hope my strategies will help your lesson. Thank you.